Welcome back once again, guildmates. We are jumping into chapter 195 of My Hero Academia. Again, I'm gonna try and do as close to what I remember the voices from the show actually sounding like, but that's pretty much just for this manga. I'm probably going to do that for do that pretty differently for the others, and if I'm doing things right, if I got the setup correctly, I'll be jumping into One Piece next, and I may be changing the schedule of how I release these. I may be releasing one a day instead of just all of them in one day, because that's a lot to go through. But it ensures that I have content up constantly, and patrons will get them all at once if I record them all at once. I don't know. I might not. I don't know. I'm trying to lighten the burden on myself on a lot of stuff. But that being said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right. Hitoshi Shinzo, quick brainwashing. Anyone who responds to his question is forced to obey his every command, but only if he wants it to happen. Clash! Class A versus Class B, Chapter 195. All right, we're finally moving. Yay. Shinzo? So that's what he meant when he said, well, yeah. Wait, is that Mr. Aizawa's binding cloth? So, I guess the mask isn't original, huh? It's good to have you with us, dude. If you talk to him, you'll be brainwashed, right? Oh, no, wait, that's Aoyama. If you talk to him, you'll be brainwashed, right? If you've never seen it before, you're done for. But what about Midoriya? He got caught in it, but he was able to cancel it out. Honestly, that was nothing but a fluke. Shinzo's brainwashing was the trigger that caused me to see the vestiges. Talk about a coincidence. Or could it be? Go ahead, everyone. Man, you could do all the naughty stuff you want, and you'd never be caught. You better not try to control us. I know I've already encountered many of you at the sports festival, but you won't catch me thinking that we're all buddies now that we've exchanged blows. I'm not some good-natured person trying to tout a superficial sense of sportsmanship. The fact of the matter is, I've gotten a late start and I've already been left in the dust by hundreds of steps by all of you. I'm sorry, but I'm desperate. The blessed people would never understand just how lucky they are to be born with the ideal quirk for the job and free to be able to achieve their goals. All right, I love the flashback that we're getting right here because it really is kind of like, even though he was saying it to Midoriya, and at the time we were like, oh boy, if you only knew. He has a point at some part, like the way his quirk is, and I like that you have characters. Pardon me. I like that you have characters like this in this series. It makes things much more interesting when you have characters that have this much complexity to them. And when they show back up, it kind of brings all those feelings back. So it's really, really cool. I love that. I will become a great hero so that I can use my quirk to help others. All of you here today are obstacles that I must overcome. I have no intention of making friends. I love this. I absolutely love this because he's looking right at Midoriya when he's saying it. That's quite the glare. Things are getting tense. It looks like I'm looking at early Roki. You think? Yep. I like this one. He's talking about the listless Todoroki from before the sports festival. Okay, that early Roki. Gotcha. All right, let's get down to it then. Combat exercises. That's right, he talks like this. Okay. And this time around, it's a battle between Class A and Class B. And the stage will be this section of training field. Each side will split up into groups of 4, and one team from each will battle it out at a time. Training field. It's modeled after an industrial area. There are very few open spaces, and its notorious features are its poor visibility and footing. 4 to a team, eh? Sounds fun. Fun.
Including Shinzo, there's 41 of us. How are they gonna deal with that odd number?
Today, Shinso will be participating in 2 battles, one on Class A side and one with Class B. In other words, out of 5 matches, 2 of them will be 5v4. Oh, cool. But that means the team with only 4 have a clear disadvantage.
Trying to integrate Shinzo, who has next to no experience, into your team of 4 will likely be an even bigger disadvantage. It's true that the team of 5 has the numerical advantage, but they'll still have a handicap. The setting for this battle is the heroes move around. Is the heroes move to surround the villain group and capture them. Each team shall perceive the other as the villains. Once either team captures 4 members of the other, it's their victory.
They have been saying that the villains are becoming organized after all. Nice and simple. I like it. We're supposed to be heroes, and yet to our opponents we're villains? So which is it? What are we? I think it's fine to consider yourself a hero. I love that we have Nezu in there. Come on in. Busted. Regrettable. Mortifying. Oh, God. Sentenced to 9,999 years of hard labor. Jesus. And I love the fact that it's got a door and like a little a little split roof over the door. It's like, oh, it's a nice inviting house. Wait, jail. In each team's camp, we've installed a wicked cube, irredeemable prison. The moment you imprison your opponent in there, they'll be considered captured. Wake up the tension.
That means rendering your opponents unable to fight close to your own base would be the most efficient, but that won't be easy.
Once either team captures 4 members of the other. So that's the handicap, eh? Yep. Not only do you have to team up with an inexperienced member, but also, even if you're a team of 5, you'll still lose if 4 are captured. If 4 of you are captured. So you're saying we have to fight while carrying a dead weight? Is that it, assholes? Cut it out. Cut it out, dude. That's such a rude way of saying it. It's fine. It's the truth, after all. You're the one leaving him in the dust in terms of virtuousness. All right, then.
Time to draw lots.
Lots A and lots B. Okay, cool. Oh, wow. I like some of these courses. Okay. I like team 1 on both sides. Like that's kind of cool. I don't know if necessarily it's balanced. Team 2 is okay. I can deal with team 2. Okay, so he's on team 5. Asshat is on team 5. Of course he is. Team 3 looks like, oh man, team 3 looks like the one that might be the best of them because Todoroki, Ida, Tailman, and or Ojiro and Tentacle. I mean, Team 3 on Class B side does look pretty interesting, and I'm curious to see what they can do, but wow, the Team Todoroki there, kind of awesome. Oh, wow, Jiro's on Team Bakugo, and so is Sero and Sugar Rush. That's going to be interesting. I'm really interested to see all the different characters' quirks, but they've only shown the names of the people on Class B Team 1. So Jirota is the dog-looking guy, and the very Chinese-looking person is Hiryu Rin. And Kosei Subaraba, no idea, but we've seen Iraba, Shiozaki. We've seen her use her vines before against Kaminari. Is Kaminari? Yep, Kaminari's on the other team, so he might be at a disadvantage this time around. Poor Deku, he's got the worst one of all. It's because, Well, Uraraka, I'm curious to see how she's grown. Ashido, I'm hoping she's improved greatly, but Mineta, you better not slow them down. And then, of course, I feel sorry for the other three on Team 5 of Class B just because they got dealt the asshat card. All right, Shinzo, you go ahead and draw yours. You'll join the team. Oh, so again, it's drawing lots. You'll join the teams of each number you pull. I know one of ours said some nasty stuff, but let's try and get along. All the same, it's a pleasure working with you. Give me all the details about your quirk, ribbit. However, you got the face of a popular guy. I bet you're pretty popular with the ladies, yeah? Trust me, I can tell. Thanks for having me. You're good, yes, very good. Let us join forces and give that deplorable Class A a nice thrashing. Don't mind him, he always takes things too far. Thanks for having me. Class B Team 5. It'll be a rematch for you, huh, Deku? Yeah, those vestiges are still bothering me. But for now... Have you gotten stronger, Shinzo? Where did you pull that from? I'm excited to see how you'll come after us. I love that he immediately enters nerd mode. You'll start in your own areas. The time limit is 20 minutes. If you're unable to finish the match in that amount of time, the team with more members remaining wins. All Might and Midnight are here. Could they be lovers? Oh, stop it. I'm not into older men. So, who do you think will win? Who indeed? Class A has overcome numerous crises, and they are strong without a doubt. However, looking at their grades and data, Class B has actually undergone more growth. Thanks to staying out of trouble, they've been able to steadily hone their strengths.
Without further ado, let the first match...
You're really into this. I love that as I was in the background, just like, well, you're sure into this.
Start!
Will it be Class A who's
demonstrated remarkable abilities in times of crisis, or Class B, who's been steadily raising their level as a whole? I'm looking forward to finding out.
I have no idea who's saying this. I don't know if it's All Might. I'm just going ahead and assuming that it's Vlad. I'm sorry, guys. We're both familiar with each other's skills to a certain extent, but let's stay together and try to simply overwhelm them with numbers, Ribbit. Don't you think it would be better for me to split up with everyone else and just fire off some blasts all over the place? So that's our camouflage. If you're aware of it, you can definitely still see her. And have you thought about what you'll do while you're split up? You'll be all alone, you know. You got a point. Not to mention that Shirazaki is really trouble. She's got serious range, and I lost to her. Ideally, we should start by neutralizing the most troublesome quirks. Yep, Kaminari was destroyed by Shirazaki at the sports festival. Good to remember. Hey, you know your stuff, Shinzo. Oh. Everyone understands something as simple as that. Huh? Just like we're all thinking we have to do something about Ibarra. The other team's probably thinking we have to do something about Kaminari. Not to mention Shinzo, who may lack experience, but his quirk is plenty strong. I'm counting on you guys here. We need to create a situation where you two can really go wild. Cool. Thank you very much. Hey, they're back already? Did you find her? They found Shirazaki to our... They found Shirazaki to our left, and she's alone. She's heading this way while probing over a wide range with her vines. I really can't get behind the idea of ganging up on a girl, but... Yep, there it is. Roaring Rays! Wah! Kirishima! Sue! We'd already taken into account that we'd be located by Sir Koda's searching ability. Of course, we all knew that you'd be the most wary of Lady Shiozaki, so we used her as a decoy, allowing me to crawl up close. There's a strong possibility that if we left him to his devices, Sir Kaminari could run away with the match. Therefore, we brazenly invaded your territory first. I've got quite a sensitive nose, you see.
Jirota Shishida, quick beast. He can transform into a beast, drastically augmenting his physical muscle strength, hearing, sense of smell, and vision. However, while he's transformed, he also gets an overwhelming high.
Oh, jeez. Check out my new special move after developing my quirk. You won't be able to discharge any electricity when you're surrounded by your teammates, Dinky Kaminari. That's a solitary confinement cell completely impervious to sound. All right, kick their asses, Shishida. You've got it. Just leave it to me.
Nice work, dude.
He's talking with my voice. That mask. Artificial vocal cords, persona, code.
Brainwashing complete.
He's talking with my voice. Oh, okay, so this is... Oh, cool. That's a cool new ability. I'm really liking that. Okay, now that I know what's going on here. All right, so Shinso Omoe. Other teams. Nani? Other teams suddenly brainwashed. Okay, Adam K. That's nice. I love how the teams page, everyone is serious or hyped about their team, and Hagakure is just there petting Dark Shadow. Oh, okay. And then thank you, Ratchet1101. And Unidecimo says, replies, I love how everyone on Monoma's team looks at him with no trust at all. I like that too. Terry, 3906. I'm so proud of Aizawa's tired son. I don't know if that's true, but okay. Chocolate Chibs. I love this. Deadpool. Mind control. That's not very cinematic. Terry 3906 replies, Shinso. Yes, it is. I love that they've made this a... Okay, Terminal Verbosity says, Deadpool. I suppose it is. AJ Mistigan. Deadpool. Let's meet in the middle and say no, it isn't. God damn it. Of course, they're quoting Deadpool too, because why not? Chocolate Chip said that last panel looks sick. Good sick, they clarify in the parentheses. And then let's get one or two more. Chiharu Saichi. Shinso is too badass. Didn't expect him to have a voice-altering mask. Great design. Hirokoshi really is a genius. Also, Bakugo's rudeness never fails. C-Vox replied, Bakugo is just telling it like it is. Even Shinso agrees. Okay. Ryu guy. This is an interesting hypothesis. I like this. We're going to see that Copy Dude can't copy Deku's quirk. And then Cookie Monster, spelled with a K, says OFA is really just the ability to stockpile power and pass it on. I wouldn't be surprised if he can copy this ability. He's just not going to get his hands on the existing stockpile of power, at least not without his hands exploding, leaving him permanently crippled. I can already imagine it playing out, him triumphantly copying the quirk, winding up a huge punch, huge build-up, and him yelling out smash and everything, only for it to do absolutely nothing. Caption, one for all, 0%. I love that. I'm gonna keep checking this comment thread. Goody fresh. This was my expectation too of what will happen if Monoma tries to copy Deku's quirk. Even if it works, as you said, he won't have access to all of the power that has been stockpiled by the previous successors in Deku. After all, One for All isn't actually a super strength / speed quirk, and the first person to ever have it was still pretty damn weak regardless. But what could happen if Monoma copies Deku's quirk but then still has no strength beyond his usual levels is that he could create a tricky situation in terms of the fact that everyone in both classes would become aware of Deku's quirk. It's not what it seems. It's not what it seems. That Deku's quirk is not what it seems. And it is a good thing if people find out that the secret of One for All needs to be kept. Ooh, I like that. Ragnar replies, I don't really think details about Izuku's quirk being leaked would be all that severe. Power stockpiling is a pretty logical conclusion given the information people know. Physical augmentation like muscular had is straight up out of the picture because he wouldn't be injuring himself like he has. It would be the exact opposite of Izuku's situation. The difference between super strength and power stockpiling is pretty irrelevant, while the sole exception being if super strength was one of those always-on physical mutations in very niche scenarios like fighting an opponent such as Aizawa. Regardless, both quirks produce roughly the same results despite being different mechanisms. Besides, most people will be too caught up in the scale of his quirk rather than the mechanism. The really important part of One for All is that it can be passed on, something that shouldn't be observable even if he was able to copy and fight with this specific quirk. Also, it's pretty easy to see the similarities of Izuku and All Might's quirk just by being slightly observant. Tsuyu said as much after seeing him use it twice. It's a pretty interesting comment thread. I like that comment thread. Oh, Jesus. Byakuya21. I'm going to read yours last because it's a giant freaking paragraph, or several paragraphs. I'm not going to lie. The last panel with Shinzo was really badass. Looks like Aizawa's influence is rubbed off on him. I have to praise Horikoshi for how he is characterizing Shinzo. His straightforward, almost blunt demeanor is very refreshing. This makes perfect sense considering his backstory and how people judged him for his quirk, but also being cognizant and realizing that he is behind everyone and will be doing his best. Something that made me laugh out loud harder than I should be. I should be Shinzo thinking both Class 1A and Class 1B when being selected. The challenge itself, I'm a fan of. While it is just a giant game of tag, like the license exam arc, I do enjoy the handicap of Shinzo being the fifth member, in that it represents how heroes will have to deal with unfavorable constraints due to situations being unpredictable. Also, the whole team-based aspect is justified, and I do love the pairings. But the highlight for me was that Horikoshi put Beast from X-Men in My Hero Academia. Okay, his name is Jiroda Shishida, but he might as well be Beast with his quirk, mannerisms, and personality. And I do love even seeing Subarara getting some love. The other thing I enjoyed was All Might's commentary on Class 1A versus 1B. We know 1A have gained plenty of experience through tragedies, disasters, but 1B has consistently grown and have been seen as underdogs. So I do like the dichotomy shown here, consistency versus experience. And finally, Shinzo using a voice manipulator, predictable but makes a lot of sense, and that final panel was cool. Overall, this chapter, despite some heavy exposition, struck a good balance with its action and character interactions and sets up a hopefully great arc to come. Score 85%. Oh, and then he replied to himself, adjunct analysis. Is it just me, or is Horikoshi aware of the fan speculations? I asked because Midoriya commenting on Shinzo reappearing right as the vestiges did so struck me that way. It makes the theory that Shinzo will play a big role going forward with Deku seem all the more plausible. Also, this is pure conjecture on my part, but why do I get the feeling we'll be seeing what power-up the first holder of One for All gave Deku. I mention this because assuming it is too powerful for Deku to actively control, it could lead to a really cool story arc because it would be a handicap to Deku and thus would allow other characters to take the spotlight, relatively speaking. But this is all pure speculation. I have no evidence to back this up. Jesus! Okay, Byakuya, I can't read any more of your stuff, but I love how much in depth and how intricately you post these theories that you have. I hope you're really enjoying these chapters, and I hope you continue to enjoy the rest. Now,
Guys, let me know what your thoughts are. I want to kind of get, I read community comments, but I want to get your thoughts and opinions as well. Like, this is just the beginning of a conversation right here. Like, I give kind of my little 2 cents while I'm reading, and then I go through comments from the community, and then I want to get your comments because this is not the end of things, it's just the beginning. Now, that being said, I am hoping that you enjoyed this manga dub. If not, let me know what I can do to improve to make things better, but I think I'm going to stick with the format of trying to copy some of the dub voices because they're just fun to do. But yeah, that is it for this manga dub. Make sure, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, well, give it a thumbs down. If you enjoy what I do here and you want to see more, you're welcome to peruse around it. If you continue to enjoy all the stuff that I do, you can hit subscribe and press that bell so you know when I post something new. And if you'd really like to help me out so I can put up even more reactions and more stuff, it's really simple. Just become a patron. That is patreon.com/fairytalepodcast. Link down in the description alone, and you can become a patron for only $1. Because if you're anything like me, you're a broke otaku, and $1 goes a long way. You'd be surprised. And if you can't, but you know somebody who'd like the same content, please share it with them. All right, that's it for me. I'm Richie Roberts. We'll be jumping into another manga very soon. Later, Gators.